How do you know whether the knowledge you're receiving is reliable? Um, that's a good question. How do you know if knowledge is reliable? So first and foremost, um, the 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 way in which I would test that will be different from the way that you would test that. Because I have some level of knowledge, I can test a person's level from what I hear based on what I've already studied with scholars. Whereas if someone hasn't studied that, then they haven't got that virtue of weighing up what the person says based on what they know. So, the scholars say you use other factors such as a person's righteousness, the recommendation of others, um, their adherence to the sunnah. So you find a person is clean shaven, even if what he says is true. The question is, why is he clean shaven, and stuff like that. I mean, it might sound superficial to judge someone based on their appearance, but that is all that you have really. If you have no knowledge, you only have the appearance. If a person has the appearance of righteousness, number one, and they are recommended by the scholars, number two, or they've studied in Islamic institutions like universities and marakis and camps, then great, those things go hand in hand. But like I said, the Ami, the general person, would have different criteria of judging a person's knowledge than others. But generally speaking, in the UK, there are plenty of people who speak about deen and haven't studied anywhere. If you just literally ask them where you studied, they will say maybe I studied with this student of knowledge, or maybe they went to these lessons and whatnot, but they actually haven't traveled to study knowledge. Now, do you have to travel to study knowledge? Not necessarily. I mean, if you lived in Medina, your traveling would be to Masjid Nabawi. If you lived in Mecca, your traveling would be to the Haram. But we live in the UK, knowledge is not, that level of knowledge, by the way, of higher knowledge, it isn't readily available. General knowledge that everyone should know, that is generally readily available, but higher knowledge is not readily available in the UK. It is available. There are mashaykh that do private lessons in their homes, but it's not readily available. But you do have to make some effort to seek knowledge, and this is a key point I want to get to. Making effort to seek knowledge. Do not deceive yourself to believe that seeking knowledge is going to be easy at any stage. You might have to pay lots of money. You might have to spend a lot of time. You might have to travel a far distance. This just comes with the territory. You can't avoid it. It's a part of the program. You just have to get with it. Yeah. So what I do find when people come to my institute and they want to know about learn Arabic and blah blah blah, the general gist in it, I can tell from their approach, their demeanor, how they're talking about the subject. They think that they're going to gain some serious knowledge in about a year, or maybe even two. That's a lie. You're not going to gain any serious knowledge in a few years, not even 4 years, maybe even more than that. It's a long process. So I would guess you could summarize that seeking knowledge is actually about developing habits that will take you the journey. It's not signing up to a course. It's not doing homework. It's not signing forms. It's not recording lessons. It's not listening to and watching YouTube videos. Seeking knowledge is developing a personality, developing habits that will take you the journey. And I ask Allah to give you those habits. So back to the question: is how do you know it's reliable? Yeah, you have to use the tests of the individual by asking who they've studied with. If they studied with mashayikh, scholars, then inshallah we hope the best. If they study with Islamic institutes, then again we hope the best.